Good day, students. Welcome to JSS 2 Basic Science, Term 3, Week 4. Today we study combustion and fire safety. Fire is one of the most important and dangerous chemical reactions known to humans. In Nigeria, fire-related incidents cause deaths, destruction of markets, homes, factories, and farmland every year. Many Nigerian families cook with firewood, kerosene, or LPG, cooking gas, creating fire risks. Understanding combustion, what it is, what conditions it requires, what products it produces, and how to prevent and respond to fires, could save lives. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to define combustion and distinguish complete from incomplete combustion, identify the conditions necessary for combustion, the fire triangle, describe products of combustion and their effects, classify fires and identify appropriate extinguishing agents, and describe fire safety procedures relevant to Nigerian environments. This lesson could save your life. Combustion is a rapid chemical reaction between a fuel and oxygen that releases heat and light energy. In everyday language, combustion is burning. The fire triangle, for combustion to occur and continue, three things must be present simultaneously: fuel, something that will burn, wood, petrol, LPG, paper, cooking oil, wood, kerosene, oxygen. From air, combustion needs at least 16% oxygen. Air contains 21% heat/ignition temperature, the temperature at which the fuel begins to burn, also called the flash point or ignition point. Remove any one of these three, and the fire goes out. This is the basis of all firefighting. Types of combustion. 1. Complete combustion occurs when there is sufficient oxygen, the fuel burns completely. Products are carbon dioxide, CO2, and water, H2O, only. The flame is blue, e.g., the blue flame of a gas cooker or Bunsen burner on blue flame. For methane, natural gas/cooking gas CH4 plus 2O2 CO2 plus 2H2O. This is the most desirable combustion, most energy released, no toxic products. 2. Incomplete combustion occurs when oxygen is limited, the fuel does not burn completely. Products include carbon monoxide, CO, a colorless, odorless, highly toxic gas, carbon, soot, tiny black particles, and water. The flame is yellow/orange, sooty flame. For methane, 2CH4 plus 3O2 2CO plus 4H2O, partial, or CH4 plus O2C plus 2H2O, very incomplete. Highly relevant in Nigeria, cooking over firewood or kerosene stoves in enclosed spaces, kitchens without ventilation, produces CO. Carbon monoxide poisoning is a real danger in Nigerian homes. Generators running indoors or in enclosed spaces release CO from incomplete combustion of petrol/diesel, a leading cause of sudden death in Nigeria. Section 1. Products of combustion and their effects. Carbon dioxide, CO2 product of complete combustion, non-toxic in small amounts, greenhouse gas, contributes to climate change, used in fire extinguishers to smother fires, denies oxygen. Water, H2O produced from combustion of hydrogen-containing fuels, released as steam. Carbon monoxide, CO product of incomplete combustion, colorless, odorless, tasteless, cannot be detected without instruments, highly toxic, binds to hemoglobin 200 times more strongly than O2, preventing blood from carrying oxygen, causes headache, dizziness, confusion, unconsciousness, and death at high concentrations. Nigerian context, CO poisoning from generators, kerosene stoves, and firewood cooking in enclosed spaces is one of the most preventable causes of sudden death in Nigeria. Signs of CO poisoning: headache, dizziness, nausea, weakness. Symptoms worsen indoors and improve when you go outside. Soot, carbon particles, black solid, coats lungs, causing respiratory diseases, common in Nigerian communities that rely heavily on firewood, contributes to air pollution in cities. Deposits on cooking pots, the black underside of Nigerian pots over firewood. Sulfur dioxide, SO2, and nitrogen oxides, no produced from combustion of fuels containing sulfur or nitrogen, e.g., coal, diesel, major air pollutants, cause acid rain and respiratory disease. Relevant to Nigerian industrial cities, Warri, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, with heavy diesel generator use and industrial activity. Section 2. Fire Safety, Classification of Fires. Fires are classified by the type of fuel involved, because different fires require different extinguishing agents. Class A, solid materials, wood, paper, cloth, rubber, ordinary combustibles. Common in Nigerian homes, market fires, bushfire. Extinguish with water, cools the fuel below ignition temperature, foam, dry powder. Class B, flammable liquids, petrol, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil, paint, solvents. Common in generator fires, fuel station fires, kitchen fires with cooking oil. Never use water on Class B fires. Water scatters burning liquid, spreading the fire. Extinguish with CO2, smothers, foam, dry powder. In Nigeria, fuel depot fires and petrol tanker fires are major emergencies. Class C, flammable gases, LPG/cooking gas, natural gas, acetylene. Common in gas cylinder leaks, gas pipeline fires. Shut off the gas supply first, deny fuel, use CO2 or dry powder. Class D, combustible metals, magnesium, sodium, potassium. Rare in everyday settings, found in laboratories and chemical factories. Class E, or electrical class, electrical fires, involving live electrical equipment, switchboards, generators, transformers. Never use water, risk of electrocution. Extinguish with CO2, non-conductive gas, dry powder. In Nigeria, electrical fires from overloaded circuits, faulty wiring, and power surge after NEPA, PHCN, power restoration are very common. Class F or K, cooking oil fires, deep fat fryers, large quantities of cooking oil at high temperature. Common in commercial kitchens and restaurants. Never use water. Extinguish with wet chemical agent, fire blanket, Class F extinguisher. Section 3. Types of fire extinguishers. Water extinguisher, red label for Class A fires only, never on electrical, liquid, or gas fires. Cools the fuel. Foam extinguisher, cream label for Class A and B fires, foam smothers and cools, not for electrical fires. CO2 extinguisher, black label for Class B, C, electrical fires, CO2 gas displaces oxygen, smothering the fire, safe on electrical equipment, no residue, non-conductive, does not cool, fire can restart, very common in Nigerian offices, banks, and computer rooms. Dry powder extinguisher, blue label for Class A, B, C, and electrical fires, the most versatile, powder smothers and inhibits the chain reaction, messy, can damage equipment, also called ABC powder. Wet chemical extinguisher, yellow label for Class F, cooking oil fires, creates a soapy layer on the surface of the oil, preventing reignition. Fire blanket, smother small fires, especially Class B and F, used to wrap a person whose clothing is on fire, available in kitchens. Section 4. Fire safety in Nigerian context. Generator safety, always run generators outside and away from windows and doors, never run indoors or in enclosed garages, install CO detectors if possible. Cooking gas safety, turn off the gas valve when not cooking, check rubber hose connections regularly for leaks, never use a lit match to check for gas leaks, use soapy water, bubbles indicate leak, store cylinders upright in a ventilated area. Firewood cooking, ensure adequate kitchen ventilation, never cook in an enclosed room without windows open. Market fire prevention, maintain wide walkways, avoid kerosene lamps in enclosed spaces, have fire extinguishers accessible. In case of fire, alert others by shouting fire, call Nigeria's Emergency Fire Service, emergency number 767 or 112 on most networks, evacuate the building, do not use lifts during a fire, follow evacuation procedures, do not go back for belongings. Application questions. Question 1. Write the balanced equation for the complete combustion of propane, C3H8, a common LPG cooking gas component. Answer: C3H8 plus 5O2 3CO2 plus 4H2O. Propane reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water only, or complete combustion, blue flame, maximum heat release. Question 2. A kerosene generator is accidentally switched on inside a bedroom. The occupant soon feels dizzy and has a headache. What is happening and what should they do? Answer: the generator is producing carbon monoxide, CO, from incomplete combustion of kerosene in the poorly ventilated room. CO is binding to hemoglobin, preventing oxygen transport, causing symptoms. The occupant should immediately go outside into fresh air, switch off the generator, from outside if possible, seek medical attention, never re-enter until the room is thoroughly ventilated. Question 3. A Class B fire, burning diesel, breaks out in a workshop. Which extinguisher should be used? Can water be used? Answer: use a CO2, foam, or dry powder extinguisher. Water must not be used on a Class B fire. Water sinks beneath burning liquid, vaporizes suddenly, scattering the burning liquid and spreading the fire rapidly. For combustion errors. Mistake 1. Using water on all fires. Water is only safe for Class A solid fires. Never use water on electrical, fuel/oil, or gas fires. It is dangerous. Mistake 2. Thinking CO is dangerous because it smells bad. CO is colorless and odorless. You cannot smell it. This is what makes it so deadly in enclosed spaces. The absence of smell does not mean safety. Mistake 3. Saying incomplete combustion is always safer than complete combustion. Incomplete combustion produces CO, toxic, and soot, carcinogenic. Complete combustion is safer in terms of toxic products, though still poses fire hazard. Mistake 4. Confusing the fire triangle. The fire triangle has 3 elements: fuel, oxygen, heat. Remove any one and fire cannot continue. This means you can extinguish fire by removing fuel, cut off gas, removing oxygen, smother with CO2 or foam blanket, removing heat, cool with water, but only on suitable fires. Brilliant work. Combustion equals fuel plus oxygen plus heat plus light. Fire triangle: fuel, oxygen, heat, remove one to extinguish. Complete combustion: sufficient O2 CO2 plus H2O, blue flame, maximum energy. Incomplete combustion: insufficient O2 CO plus SO plus H2O, yellow sooty flame, toxic CO produced. CO danger: colorless, odorless, toxic, generator and stove poisoning in Nigeria. Fire classes: A. Solids, B. Liquids, C. Gases, D. Metals, E. Electrical, F. Cooking oil. Extinguishers: water, A only, foam, A, B, CO2, B, C, electrical, dry powder, A, B, C, electrical, most versatile, wet chemical, F. Fire safety: never run generators indoors, check gas connections, have ventilation, no evacuation routes, call 767 or 112. For homework, draw the fire triangle and label each component. Then list the class of fire and appropriate extinguisher for each: A. Burning curtain, B. Electrical fault, C. LPG leak, D. Burning cooking oil.